Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the World of Wrestling podcast to go over the recap of UFC Nashville Lewis versus Teixeira recap show. If you guys tailed my picks, my bets, last week for this event, you won big. I went 11-1. The only fight I got wrong was Junior Tafa losing to Tucio Tokos. I did not take Tokos. I originally had him on my Tapology picks, but unfortunately, I swapped over to Junior Tafa. I thought Junior Tafa could have knocked him out, possibly. Wasn't a big fan of Tokos, but he actually pulled off the victory with a submission arm triangle choke. So, there you go. I went ahead and gave you guys picks. Actual individual bets. The first 6 from the actual card for the prelims, I got all correct. If you would have parlayed all this, you would have won big money. I told you guys Fatima would win. She did. And the fight did not go to decision. It went to a finish. She wins by TKO head kick. Mike Davis beats Mitch Ramirez, and he ends up winning with a knee and punches for a TKO in the second round. 4 minutes and 8 seconds in. So, if you bet the minus 160 for 1.5 rounds over, you were correct. You win. Walter Walker was my pick. He was an underdog at plus 170 on Hard Rock. You picked him. You won big money on that. Eduardo Mora, she wins by unanimous decision and goes 12-1. I picked her as a money line, along with Chris Curtis being a money line. That was a little bit of a concern with Max Griffin. That was very close. I don't know why the hell I went that route, but I just was a little concerned about Steve Garcia. He was originally the pick I was going to go with, but he actually won by dominant fashion. But my confidence in it, I don't know until how the fight was unfolding, and once the fight unfolded, I was very confident. I felt pretty stupid backing away from betting on Steve Garcia. Jake Matthews. Oh yeah, if you would have bet on Edward Mora to win by decision instead of just the money line, you would have been betting at 175, minus 175. So that actually was pretty damn good money. You could also bet the fight to go to a decision altogether, going the distance. It would have been minus 220. A little bit of a higher payout. You would have had to pay more to get more back for your buck. So it wasn't really a risk. It was definitely a lock, I think. I didn't think Edward Moore was going to finish off Lauren Murphy in her last fight. So I really thought that fight was going to decision anyway. Jake Matthews ended up winning his match, his fight against Chidi. I took Jake Matthews. He was a plus 130 when I initially did the single bets for you guys. Chris Curtis won, as I already mentioned, by split decision. I do believe I mentioned in the last video that the fight was going to go to a decision. So if you picked the fight to go the distance, I think that was a minus 220 as well. If you would have picked Curtis to win by decision, which would have been a nail biter, that would have been a minus 125, which isn't bad compared to a minus 325. But it is what it is. But yeah, he ends up winning that fight, and I'm very happy about that. Tukos, I already mentioned, wins by an arm triangle choke to Junior Tafa. That was the only loss I took here in this entire card. So if you took my picks, you won. Victor Petrino against Austin Lane. He won by the very first round. 4 minutes and 16 seconds. I don't remember what I picked in this one. I think I really didn't have a pick here for a specific type of bet. So I just kind of said, fuck it, just go with the with the money line of Petrino, or just not even bet on this one. There was really nothing much to bet on since it was just such high odds. Morgan Charrier defeated Nate Landwehr. I took Morgan Charrier. I did tell you guys to bet on Nate Landwehr to give him a fight and a half. But that was not the case. So that fight, I didn't do too well on that one. But if you would have taken Morgan Charrier as a money line piece, I mean, you would have won. He was a minus 275 on Hard Rock. Steve Garcia wins his match. I took him in this fight. He was my pick, as well as a bet you could have bet on him, or bet the actual bet that I told you guys to take is not pick either one of them. Just pick the fight to go the distance. It was a plus 145, so you won plus money on that. Gabriel Bonfim and Steve Thompson. I picked this fight as well for Gabriel Bonfim to win. He did. I also picked the fight to go the distance in this one as well, which it did very easily. Didn't even come close to anyone being finished. I mean, there was that one kick by Thompson to Bonfim where he was stunned a little bit, but he held on and was able to sustain the kick. But other than that, the whole fight looked like it was going the distance, and it did. That was a plus 145 as well. And then the main event was Derek Lewis against Teixeira. I picked Derek Lewis to win the fight outright, plus 210. And he won by a knockout in the first fucking round in 35 seconds. I couldn't believe it. I had all my picks. My bet was completely done before this fight even occurred. I was thinking about it. And I was like, nah. I'm not going to take no risk. I already won. I walked away with this fight with a profit. There ain't no reason to just go ahead and throw some more money down and possibly lose. So I just went ahead, did the smart thing, kicked back and relaxed and enjoyed the show. And I witnessed him win. I jumped out of my seat and screamed to the top of my lungs. I couldn't fucking believe that Derek Lewis managed to knock this big-ass bastard out with one punch. And he hit him in the eye, and it looked like he was stunned, or he might have been fooling him, making him think he did anything damage-wise, and he just went all in and just fucking haul off and knocked his damn head off. And it was beautiful. He grabbed the fence, Teixeira, trying to get back up. The referee stopped the fight anyway. Referee saw that the fight was not worth him going through all this since he was grabbing the cage. Couldn't get up under his own power. He had to have the cage to help him up. So the referee just decided to stop the fight completely, and that was it. Derek Lewis, I couldn't believe it, but I was thinking to myself, maybe this would be the case. Maybe he's the guy that'll put this kid out, and he sure as hell did. Very impressive. It was very impressive to see Derek Lewis pull off such a huge victory like this. But then again, it's been done before. There's been experienced fighters that are in their late 30s, early 40s, and knock out these young kids. And it's just the fact that he has that experience and he has that power. And he did what he had to do and walked away. And I told you guys, this was the pick. Derek Lewis had to win. And he did. So I was very happy with this card. I don't know if we can reproduce the same exact thing again as we did this past event with this one. But we're going to see if we can with UFC 318. So I will be back in just a few short moments, actually, with covering that, since we do have the props and the total rounds, and see where we can go with this and go from there. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys coming in here. If you came in here to watch this video and you enjoyed it, by all means, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great night, guys. Bye.